Welcome to Trusting in the Lord, a channel sharing Jesus' teachings to help you live with peace, love, and strength. Today, we explore serving others, the calling to love people not only with our words, but with our hands, our time, and our hearts. To serve others is to reflect Jesus himself. His life was not defined by power, but by compassion, not by being served, but by serving. And today, we dive deep into what it truly means to serve with humility, joy, and the love of God. Chapter 1. The Heart of Service. Service begins not with action, but with intention. The heart is where real service is born. Jesus teaches that serving others is not a performance, but a posture, a way of seeing people through God's eyes. True service flows from compassion, recognizing another's need, feeling their burden and saying, "Let me help." In a world seeking convenience and comfort, Jesus calls us to step beyond ourselves and carry someone else's load. Service is love in motion. Chapter 2. Jesus, the model of humble service. Jesus washed the feet of his disciples, a task reserved for the lowest servant. This was not a symbolic gesture. It was an invitation to a new way of living. His message was clear. If I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. Jesus showed that greatness is not measured by position, but by sacrifice. Leadership is not authority, but humility in action. Chapter 3. Serving with love, not obligation. Serving becomes heavy when it is forced. God does not want duty-based service. He wants joyful, willing hearts. When service flows from love, even simple acts carry heavenly impact. A smile, a shared meal, a helping hand. These become moments where God's presence touches a human soul. Love transforms service from a task into a blessing. Chapter 4. The Power of Small Acts. We often think serving requires something grand, but Jesus teaches the opposite. A cup of cold water given in his name holds eternal value. Sometimes the smallest gestures carry the greatest meaning. A kind message, a moment of encouragement, a prayer whispered for someone who's hurting. These small seeds grow into miracles we may never fully see. Chapter 5. Serving through listening. One of the most overlooked forms of service is listening. Many people are not looking for solutions. They simply need someone to care enough to hear them. Listening says, "Your story matters. Your feelings matter." Jesus listened deeply. He heard the cries of the broken, the silent prayers of the weary, and the hidden pain behind people's words. When we listen, we reflect his heart. Chapter 6. Sacrifice. The cost of true service. Real service costs something. Time, energy, comfort, convenience. Jesus reminds us that love is often uncomfortable, but the reward is far greater than the sacrifice. When we serve even when it's hard, God shapes our character, stretching our hearts to look more like Christ. Sacrifice done for love always bears fruit. Chapter 7. Serving without expectation. Jesus teaches us to serve in secret, not seeking praise or applause. Service loses purity when we expect something in return. Recognition, gratitude, or advantage. But when we serve without expectation, we experience freedom. God, who sees in secret, rewards in ways far deeper than human praise. Chapter 8. Serving in times of difficulty. It is easy to serve when life is peaceful, but the true test of service comes during seasons of stress, exhaustion, or personal struggle. Jesus served even when he was weary, surrounded by crowds, or heading toward the cross. Serving in difficult times becomes a powerful testimony of faith, showing that God's love remains alive in us even when life is challenging. Chapter 9. Strength to serve comes from God. We cannot serve out of our own strength forever. Eventually, we grow tired. But God renews the strength of those who serve with faithful hearts. When we feel empty, he fills us. When we feel weak, he empowers us. When we feel overwhelmed, He reminds us that we do not serve alone. God is the source, the energy, and the inspiration behind every act of service done in His name. Chapter 10. A lifestyle of serving others. Serving others is not just something we do. It is who we are called to be. It is a daily choice in homes, workplaces, churches, and communities. A lifestyle of service transforms the world one person at a time. When service becomes our identity, people see Christ reflected through us, and God's love flows through our lives like a river of compassion. Serving others is not a duty, it is a privilege. Every act of kindness, every moment of compassion, and every sacrifice done in love becomes a testimony of Jesus living in you. As we continue our 100-day journey, may today's lesson shape your heart into one that serves joyfully, humbly, and faithfully. If this message blesses you, remember to like, share, and subscribe to help spread God's word. See you next topic. Spiritual growth.